This week one class oh. One class don't have so one class oh. Then next week 2 class, 3 classes. Got lah, 4 lah. Then Monday 4 class one. Right. So we only have 4 class left. Okay, no more public holiday. We have a public holiday on the Thursday of the class. So there will be no class. Right. Let's start off. Yeah, this one. People already mark you late. Then you come earlier than 15 minutes or what? Right. Okay. Now I will just give you a brief summary. This starting from today, whatever I write, it will be in chapter 6 whiteboard. Chapter 6 whiteboard. I already started recording. So previously I need to talk about monetary policy. I don't have the luxury of time to give you again the definition. Please take note on the definition itself. I'll just give you a brief summary of the 5 tools that we covered for the monetary policy. Okay, there are expansionary policy and contractionary policy. I don't have the luxury of time to convert it to text. You can convert yourself if you like later on. So, expansionary policy, first two, money supply interest rate. Right, second two, we talk about OMO. Third two, we talk about legal reserve requirement. Right, tool number 4, we talk about discount rates. And tool number 5, we talk about moral suasion and special directives. They are known as the minor tools. They have moral suasion and special directives. Right. So these are very important in your final because final chapter 5 hasn't come out yet. Haven't tested. Right. And same for chapter 6 today. It's also very important because chapter 6 we also don't have the time to test you for midterm in our group assignment. So 5 and 6 will be the main heavy weighted exam topics. All right. Give you a tips already. You get don't get your problem. Okay. So expansionary policy, increase money supply, which indirectly lead to decrease in interest rate. Right. Contractionary policy, decrease money supply, which indirectly lead to increase interest rate. From today onwards, you should know that it is indirect because normally central bank or reserve bank don't use government. Central bank or reserve bank, they only influence the amount. Right. I told before in micro, government don't have any creativity. Government can only influence the price or the quantity. Price or quantity, right? If they influence the quantity, they don't influence the price because the quantity will determine the price. Or if they influence the price, they cannot influence the quantity. Otherwise, both also will be fixed. There's not useless to do both together. Makes sense. So when they influence the quantity, which is the money supply amount, they will indirectly influence the price, but they don't need to control both the price and quantity. Right, that is the thing about money supply and interest rate. Second thing is OMO. OMO involve like I need to buy the bonds. No, I need to sell the bonds. Hey, buy bonds. Yeah, I need to buy the bonds. Right. This one, I need to sell the bonds. Legal reserve requirement. I need to reduce legal reserve requirement. Legal reserve requirement. In here, I need to increase legal reserve requirement. Right. As for discount rate, I need to reduce discount rates. In Malaysia, it's OPR. In other countries, OCR. Right. And we need to increase, if we want to do contractionary, we need to increase OPR or increase OCR. In US, it's known as Federal Reserve Rate. Federal Reserve Rate. Right. Minor tools, depends. Moral suasion, we have to ask them to I local goods, right? If they want to do contractionary, they have to promote savings or PIDM. As for the last one, special derivative, for special derivative, if they want to do expansionary, they have to reduce reduce the loan requirements, right? And last one, they have to increase the loan requirements if they want to do contractionary policy. These are the things that we covered, right? All this you can use the diagram, which is the money supply diagram, to show, right? If this is the money, this is the price of money, this is the quantity of money. All this you can show using this MS going increase or decrease, right? Like that, NS2, NS1, and then you show the demand like that. So you can see that it will affect how it will affect the money supply. All right. Okay. Now we will move on to chapter 6. Any question for chapter 5? Okay. Any question for chapter 5? No? All right. Cool. As for chapter 6, which is the last chapter, chapter 6 is the only chapter that we involve two countries. That's why just now I play you 2 is better than 1. Right? Only chapter. Although we are talking about macro, but chapter 6 is the only chapter that we talk about two countries. Most of the time in chapter 1 and 5, we will talk about the government only, for one country only. We never involve two countries. Like rarely, right? So now, chapter 6 is equally important as chapter 5. Okay, what is international trade? I will talk about that. Before that, objective for your study. You need to outline the significance of international trade, or that defines international trade. You need to know why is it important to explore international trade for one country. You need to identify different forms of protection, right? There are diagrams, the diagrams in here, the last 2 diagrams that you need to take note, last 2 diagrams. And this diagram, starting from this chapter onwards, use back micro labels. Please write down. For chapter 6, use micro labels, which means P and Q. Don't use price level and RGDP. Okay, only chapter 6 is special, right? Then number 3, you need to know this type of diagrams, tariff and subsidies, how to draw, and what are the effects, right? After that, we talk about arguments for and against trade liberalization, and outline the foreign investment. And lastly, which is not inside this objective but is behind in the chapter 6.1, right, is exchange rate, different type of exchange rate and how it affects the economy. Right, so definition of international trade also very simple. It's just the exchange of goods and services, right, between countries. Okay, as long as you exchange goods and services between countries, it's considered international trade. And in here, starting from now on, it also includes what you like the most, the type of investment that your father and mother always talk about, which is in econs we call this financial capital. It's still not capital good. We call this financial capital or financial investment, which are the property, the exchange rate, your forex, your cryptocurrencies, your unit trust, your insurance, right? All these are for a financial capital or financial investment. Okay? Even I transfer my money to buy a property overseas is considered international trade. Makes sense? So that's the difference. Okay? Some concepts that you need to take note, some terms before we move on. First of all, what is free trade? Free trade means without any artificial barrier. Transaction without the exchange of goods and services, this now international transaction without any artificial barrier or artificial restraint. Okay? This is free trade. Free trade means what? They don't have tariff, they don't have subsidies, right? They just trade according to the price in the free market. Okay, imports. Rather than we talk about imports or exports, first of all, you need to know about importers and exporters. My question to you is, importers, you need to get your mind straight. Importers, they are local or foreign company, ladies and gentlemen. Foreign company. How many of you say foreign company, importers? Raise your hand. How many of you say local? No one say local. Then what about the rest? Wow, smart already. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, week 11 already. Your answer should be, it depends. Oh my God. Why? Why it depends? Let's say, ladies and gentlemen, I'm a Malaysian. Although I don't like to be Malaysian, but yeah, I'm still Malaysian. Unfortunately, I'm a Malaysian, right? Malaysian. Then I import Lay's potato chips. I don't know whether you can see my writing or not because I don't have the time to. Should I convert to text? Lay's potato chips. You see? Cannot one you. Never mind, go back. I'm a Malaysian. I import Lay's potato chips and sell in Malaysia. Am I a local or imported? Or I'm a foreign company? I'm a local company, but I'm considered imported. Does it make sense? Right? Now, next scenario, I'm a Daiso Japan. Anyone don't know what's Daiso Japan? You? Would I already give you the tax increase receipt example? Right? Daiso Japan overseas come from where? Daiso Japan come from where? Daiso Japan come from where? You don't know. Scare me. Daiso Japan come from Japan, right? Daiso Japan import from where? Japan. Import Japanese product, right? And sell in Malaysia. Same lah, sell in Malaysia. Is Daiso Japan importer? What exporter? Nonsense. Is Daiso Japan importer? Still importer. So importer doesn't mean that it must be a foreign company or a local company. Makes sense. Makes sense. Same for exporters. Same for exporters. Right? I don't have the luxury of time to go through exporters. You go and think yourself. Are exporters, they are foreign company or local companies? Well, finally, week 11 already, almost want to graduate already. Very good, very good. Okay. 4 more class, don't need to see all your face already. I'm so happy. Okay, so next one. So now you know importers and exports, they are not related to local firms or foreign firms. Okay, import just means that the products come into the port. Export means that exit the port. The products exit port, regardless of whether it's a foreign company or local company. They produce in Malaysia, they want to export back to their own country or they want to export to ASEAN countries or other countries, right? So these are just the difference. Okay. Next one. Why is it important for Malaysia, this small country? Small country not in terms of the square foot or square footage, the square feet or the surface area of the country. Small economy means the market is small, the population is small, right? So for Malaysia, it's very important because if they don't open the economy, how many population do we have? Again? 30? 4 already, not 33. Oh, one month you split out 1 million. 33 million people. So regardless of how good is your service or goods, you can only sell to 33 million people. Including those who are babies, infants, and those who are already deceased. Which means okay, makes sense? Those who are RIP RIP. Okay? Just like my favorite Dragon Ball author. So young, 67 years only. No? The manga creator, Dragon Ball. You don't know what's Dragon Ball? The creator just passed away. So sad. Right? So regardless, you can only sell it to 33 million people, which is very less. But if you open up your economy, so you allow movement of goods and services, export and imports, to flow into your country or flow out of your country, you open your market to how many people, population in the world? Again, 8 billion people, right? So there's a lot of productivities. And last time in micro, we told you this thing. I don't know if you still remember this thing or not. This thing also we covered one time in the macro, production possibility curve. We told you that the only way to improve economic growth is via technology. Actually, we lied. Because another possibility to improve or increase production possibility is through international trade. Okay? By exchange of goods and services, we can consume something that we don't have in our country. Okay? Even we don't have the resources to produce, we can still consume. So this is another way to expand our national or nation's consumption possibility. So far, okay? Here. Then why do countries want to trade? This one is just like importance of trading, right? This one is why do I want to trade with you, right? First one is because the difference in factors of production, right? Ladies and gentlemen, if you think about that, let's say North Pole, ladies and gentlemen. North Pole has what? Resources. North Pole have what resources? They used it to build this one. Okay, igloo. They use it. They use what? Ice. North Pole has ice, right? Ice, right? Right. And Sahara Desert. Sahara Desert what? Sahara Desert has sand. Oh, correct or not? Okay. So if Sahara Desert want ice, they have to trade with North Pole. Makes sense, huh? Okay. So North Pole have to sell ice to Sahara Desert. Okay. At the same time, yeah, you know global warming. Global warming leading to North Pole. The Eskimos are, Eskimos sleep inside one, Eskimo, right? But because of global warming, every day when they sleep, right, it's like raining inside because the ice is melting. Very pity, and you're laughing. Oh my God, so bad, right? Okay. Do you have any sympathy? Right. Anyway, so I don't care about sympathy in econs, right? So actually after they wake up, it's like sweating because the ice is melting. So what should I do? They have to start to buy sand. They have to buy sand from Sahara Desert to build a real house rather than using the ice because global warming. Sleep until halfway suddenly becomes swimming. Very pity. So because of that, right, different natural resources leading them to want to trade with each other. Makes sense. This is the first one. Difference in factors of production. Please don't use my example. Use your own example yourself. Okay. Second one is different in taste and price. Right. One thing I hate the most about Chinese is we eat the meat, everything from the head to the toe. Right. This is what I hate about Chinese. Right. Chinese is a very scary people. Okay, you cannot say I'm discriminating. Like what I said before, I checked before already. The definition of discrimination, you can only be against another race. You cannot be against your own race. So the most famous Chinese food that we like to eat is the infamous chicken feet. Very famous one, chicken feet. Chicken feet. You know chicken feet? How many of you eat chicken feet? I do. I eat chicken feet. Huh? Only 3? 3 only in Malaysia. You all don't eat chicken feet? Yeah, I thought now Indian also a lot of them eating chicken feet. No. Malay don't eat. Oh, today I can still talk about food. Tomorrow cannot already. Tomorrow puasa already cannot talk about food. So lucky our class is today. Right? Chicken feet. You know chicken feet? You don't eat it. Don't eat it. Don't eat. That's right. That's the problem. Malaysian only have partial of the population that eat chicken feet. Okay, because of that, right? So if you look at the micro diagram, demand supply, because the demand is very low, of chicken feed. So the chicken feed in Malaysia is actually cheaper than in China. Let's say chicken feed in Malaysia is 5 ringgit per kilo, right? Doesn't mean China don't have chicken feed. So second one is different from the first one. Second one is both countries also have the same resources, same product, but because of the different in taste and preference. Wow, China is different. China, when they talk about chicken feed, I don't know whether you go to the mix. What's the English name for mix? Oh, mix. If you go to mix and see, the chicken feet black pepper, and sour, don't know what sauce got don't know what type of, don't know what type of gravy inside. All the type of different chicken feet. Even without the bone, no. I don't know how they take out the bone. Maybe they use their mouth and chew the bone out, then they pack it back, right? Maybe this is how they get their boneless chicken feet, right? So which means that in China, chicken feet is very popular. Popular until what? Same thing. I simply draw a diagram. Please don't say that my drawing is ugly because this is just for illustration, right? Because we are not talking about micro now, right? So you can see that the demand here is very high for China. Because of that, right? Let's say the chicken feet in China sell for 15 ringgit per kilo after converting to Malaysian ringgit. Okay, this is because of different in taste. Okay, in Malaysia, 3 out of 27 eat chicken feet. 3 out of 27, how many percent? 109, how many percent? 11%. 11% eat chicken feet. In China, I guess 98% eat chicken feet. Okay, so because of that, it will lead to different prices. When it leads to different prices, some traders, some companies, they saw this opportunity. Why don't I export the chicken feet from Malaysia that you all don't like? I like, but you all don't like, right? Hey, you know collagen, Do you know my secret of how do I get my radiance skin? Because of eating this collagen feed, right? Anyway, so they saw the opportunity between 10 ringgit. So if they export and get some profit between, so they start to trade. This is international trade. Okay. Number 2, why they trade? Make sense, Number 3 is economies of scale. Economies of scale, I told you again, and I'm going to tell you again and again and again, right? Because of the population is small. Malaysia, 33 million. The world, 8 billion. So if they open up the market, and trade, the Malaysia can sell it to 8 billion people, and then they can ask for discounts. Discounts is one form of economies of scale. Okay, discount is one form of economies of scale, because the more I sell, the ingredients that I get, the discount, it will be huge discount, because it's like the price difference between the retailer and wholesaler, right? Wholesaler. The more you buy, the more discount you get, you will achieve economies of scale, right? Okay. Number 4 is product differentiation, right? Even you have the same product, you can differentiate the product, and because of that, I want to eat your product, but I don't get, so I have to trade with you. Let's say, Malaysia grow rice, right? Malaysia, you know, Malaysia have paddy field, right? Malaysia grow rice, right? Malaysia grow rice. Thailand also grow rice. Okay, Japan also grow rice. Okay. Yeah, never mind. Give up. Right. Okay. So all of them grow rice, but Malaysia like to use rice to cook what? What's your famous heritage food? Nasi lemak. Malaysia use rice to cook nasi lemak. Right, nasi lemak. Right. Thailand use rice to cook what? Mango, sticky. Ayo, I don't know whether you eat before or not. Seriously. Right. I thought you just came back from Thailand. Who are you? Anyone know of you? Okay. Japan use rice to cook what? Exactly. Even I have the same products, price, but if I differentiate product, you want to eat my product, you have to import or export. But this is just for eating. Of course, I'm talking about other products like consuming. You need to consume other products, right? Right? Even your phone, your local phones, but I want to import Apple phone, I still have to do trading. This is why they have product differentiation and they will trade off. Last one is because of political or historical reason, right? Political history reason. Political reasons are like they are friend or not friend with each other, just like in IG, right? I friend you lah. Hey, why you never follow me? Hey, why you follow me? Hey, why you unfollow me? Right? Hey, why you never like my comment? Something like that, lor. Same for politics, Politics, how they become friend or unfriend with each other, right? Why when I say that, y'all got like, y'all resonate so much. Why? Anyone did not follow you? Okay, anyone? Oh, you're very bad, Okay, very bad, y'all. Why you never follow your friend? Okay. Why I have to follow my friend? I don't care. So in politics, this friend unfriend is known as what? Custom union, right? Unions, right? For example, Malaysia is the member of ASEAN. You know ASEAN, not Asia, ASEAN, ASEAN. Okay, and we have EU, European Union, and America. They have NAFTA. Okay, North America Free Trade Agreement. North America only got 3 . Normally, US, Canada, Mexico. These 3 only. Okay, make sense? EU is the entire Europe, except for Brexit, right? UK. Exit already. So some of the other not so rich European countries. ASEAN is just the ASEAN. You know, ASEAN games and all these ASEAN countries, right? And that's most of this. If they because they have politic reason, so now I buy from you, give me discount. So they only trade with their own members, between the members. Make sense? Okay? Make sense. This is politic reason. About the historical reason, the most famous one is Silk Road. You know it's Silk Road? Ladies and gentlemen. Silk Road. Do you know Silk Road? What is Silk Road? Zhen Feng. Your turn. What is Silk Road? What is Silk Road? I thought your history you all learned before, no? Never learned before? Give back. Give back already, as usual. 4 more class. 4 more class later also you'll give back to me. Yeah, exactly right. No, 4 more class only. Don't need 2 months. What? Ayo, I don't know whether you got study or not. History. Last time, right? China has silk. Right? India has spice. Right? But India and China has a very, very long distance. They use camel, they use donkey, blah, 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 blah. And China won the spice. China won spice. India won the silk. Makes sense. Because of that, they started to trade. They have to walk very long distance, and after that, they visited many countries, and after that, they trade with them. Until now. Okay? Until now, they still trade with them because of the historical reason. Right? Now it's known as the One Belt Road initiatives. One Belt Road. Or now One Road Initiative. One Road Initiative. Okay? One Belt, One Road. They call this One Belt, One Road. Okay? But now they changed their name. Always change name. I don't know for what. Okay, these are the 5 reasons why they trade with each other. Okay? Any questions before I move on? No, cool. Very good. We can start to talk about some diagrams. Okay? Next one is free trade. You need to know the term free trade again. Free trade means unrestricted or don't have any artificial barrier, right? And the opposite of free trade is protectionism. Protectionism means that the government want to do something to protect their local firms, right? They want to do something to protect their local firms, by imposing artificial barriers or artificial advantage, right? Artificial barriers means they give you quotas, they give you tariffs so that you cannot impose so much, right? Artificial benefit means they give it to their own local producers, they give subsidies, right? So these are protectionism. They said this artificial barrier, this barrier cannot be seen, that's why it's known as artificial, right? There are three types of barriers. In short, okay, government, this is why I say what? Government don't have any creativity. If they want to control something, they either control the price or they control the quantity. Okay, same for money, same for exchange rate, same for everything, same for micro, same for price ceiling, price floor, subsidies, tax. It's the same. They either control the price or quantity. Okay, if they want to control the quantity, they use quotas or embargoes. Okay, embargoes, I don't talk a lot. Embargoes is just quotas. Just right now, what is embargo? Embargoes is zero quota. Embargoes equals to zero quota, which means 100% cannot come in. Okay, 100% the product cannot come into the country. Embargoes means zero quota, right? If they want to control the price, they can use subsidies or tariffs to control the price. Okay, so they always control the price or quantity. We'll talk about tariff first, huh? Diagram is very important in cons. First one, what is tariff? Tariff. Write down the definition, 3 words only. Tariff definition is tax on imports. We want to differentiate between local tax and imported tax. So as long as you see the word tariff in econs, it means that it's for imports. The tax is for imports. Make sense? Tariff means tax on imports. Right? It's the tax that is we impose on the importers. I said before, importers doesn't mean that it must be foreign companies, can also be local companies, right? And it's very popular because it can give revenue for the government, right? But nowadays is not so good lah. Not so good. I will tell you reason why later, right? What tariff do is tariff will make the imported good more expensive. When the good become more expensive, people will demand lesser, so the quantity will reduce. Okay, give you one simple example. Let's say country A and country B, they both have towers, right? Country A is a local, country B is imported. But country A and country B currently sell the tower at the same price. Let's say this is country A, Malaysia, sell tower at 10 ringgit. Okay, China tower imported, sell the tower at 10 ringgit. Okay, but we all know that China is better than Malaysia. Anyone disagree? Disagree. So if the price is the same, chances are we're going to buy China products. Okay, if everyone buy China products, then all the Malaysian firms will be bankrupt. Because of that, the government decided to put a tariff, right? Let's say the government put a tariff of how many percent are you here? The government put a 20% tariff. If the government put a 20% tariff on the China products, right? Now, 10 ringgit times 1.2, which is 120% now, will become 12 ringgit. Make sense? 12 ringgit. Make sense? And now, because it's more expensive, people will start to buy back Malaysia tower. This is tariff. Tariff will make the imported products more expensive, at the same time reduce the quantity. Make sense? Make sense? Make sense, huh? Okay. Now the diagram. Wow. This is the diagram that you need to take note, huh? Okay. Although we drew for you, but you need to know how to draw in final exam, huh? So I will draw the diagram for you. Please take note. First of all, just now I say what? Starting from the lecture. Starting from today onwards, this chapter, for the labels, we use back micro labels. So in here is P, in here is Q. Why we cannot use macro label? Why we cannot use macro label? Jiaming? Then, or if the government want to set a tariff or a quota or subsidy, they can only control the one product. And one product is a micro, okay, not macro. They cannot control, they cannot put tariff for all the goods and services. It's impossible, right? They only control certain products. Because of that, it's a micro. Okay, so in micro, you can put the thing that you want, which is a product name, not a country name, a product name. Okay, let's say we want to put cars, right? Okay, we want to put cars. Because we have local car, we also have imported cars. Make sense? Make sense? I just follow your manual. Okay. So the micro diagram is this one. This is the market, demand and supply. Make sense? Okay. Before I move on, you need to know few assumptions. Assumption number one. Assume local goods and imports are perfect substitutes, right? Local and imports are perfect substitutes. Assumption number two. Malaysian producers have to set their price to match the world price. Okay, currently the price is set at here. This is their original price, PE and QE, if they only have the local market. Makes sense. However, when they open up the market, they have to compete with other competitors. So they cannot set at this price anymore. They will have to set according to the world price. And the world price is normally below the local equivalent price. Below. So this is world price, WP, world price. Why world price must be below? Oh, assumption number two, must set the price at world price. There are few reasons why world price must be below equivalent price. Let's see whether you know or not. Yongzi? So fast. Okay, first reason, because if the world price is not below equivalent price, what's the point I buy imported products? They are perfect substitutes. Make sense? It must be cheaper, then only I buy. World price must be cheaper than local products, then only I buy imported products. Because now they are perfect substitutes. First reason, okay? World price must be below PE because they are cheaper. So the citizens will choose the imported product. All right. Second reason, when there's a world price, right? The world price touching the D, we call this QD, quantity demanded. The world price touching the S, we call this QS, quantity supply. All right. When there's a QD greater than QS, what this means in econs? Shortage. Shortage. Only when there's a shortage, we will need to import products. Make sense? Okay. Only when there's shortage, that's why. So we import. And because of that, now you know where's the import. The import is the shortage amount. The import is where? It's from here to here. This is the imported amount, imports, right? So this diagram shows the local products and the imported products. Okay. Now, before the tariff, okay, they open up market before tariff, okay. The imported amount is equals to QD minus QS. Okay, and the local produce amount is 0 to QS. This is the local produce. Okay, 0 to QS. Make sense? This is the local produce. After they open up market, they have to follow world price. A lot of the local producers cannot compete. Those who can compete is like that only, the quantity, right? The rest already bankrupt, or they don't know how to compete. They are looking for a way to do something. Okay, and the consumers are wise because they choose cheaper imported products, right? So they import a lot of cars. Make sense so far? But now there's the problem. Local product is so low. A lot of local producers, they cannot survive. They will want to bankrupt already. So they start to lobby the government. What's lobby the government? Lobby government is not the one you go to the link and you press G or L to go to lobby and no. Okay? Lobby government. What is lobby? Lobby government means, of course, the spelling is the same. Lobby the government. Lobby the government means what? All the producers, local producers, go to the government and now see. Hey, government, do you know how many tax we pay every year? And if we go bankrupt, right, do you know how many families are affected? Do you know next year is the general election? So do you want to protect us or not? Government said, oh yeah, every year you contribute to 1 billion tax revenue. And if all of you bankrupt, right, local produce bankrupt, right, around 5,000 families will be affected. Okay, let's say one factory got 3,000 or another factory 2,000 or other factories, right, together 5,000. 5,000 workers mean 5,000 families, right, affected. Or maybe 10,000 families. Then the government start to scare. Okay, which means what's lobby? Lobby is threatened. But government is a non-living body, so we cannot use threaten this word. Threaten means I want to kill you, right? Then you are died, then you dead. Government is being threatened. This action is known as lobby. We lobby the government, right? So then government department start to, oh yeah, you're right. So they will start to impose tariff. Make sense? They will start to impose tariff. Yeah, you're right. I need to protect my local producers. I need to protect the families. So when there's a tariff, notice that they will increase the price. This is known as world price plus the tariff. Okay, world price plus tariff. So now there's a problem, you see. This is QD1 and this is QS1. Okay, this amount is the new imported amount. They cause problem, but they also have some advantage for the local producers. Why? Because after the tariff, the imported amount become QD1 minus QS1, which means the imported amount is now lesser. Can you see that? But at the same time, need to write properly. Imported amount. Okay. At the same time, what happened? Local producers increase their quantity supply from 0 QS to 0 QS1. So the government successfully reduced the imported amount, at the same time increase the local production. This is the direct effect. Make sense? There are many indirect effects. Let's have a break before we go through the indirect effects.